Hopefully you guys can hear me. We're at the Hasbro Marvel Legends booth. Just finished the studio demonstration. Already seen the Kingpin wave. Here's two of the Spider-Man Far From Home figures. His new suit. And his stealth suit. Union Jack. These are one of the Avengers waves. Veteran. And classic Loki. Here's more of the Avengers wave down here. Citizen V. Nighthawk. Orvis. Actually, not. That's Ebony Maw, I think.
Can I just get like one of you guys? I'm going to set up all the great reveals on this side.
And Living Legend. Here we have our retro throwback X-Men's Boy Biz Cyclops. Looked on the Facebook page on Cool Dead Pop Culture Reviews. Posted the other upcoming ones. There's a classic one back there. Yes, Doppelganger right there. Here's our Caliban wave.
I didn't see it was you.
Up for the pre-order. If you look over there, we'll get over there in a minute, but there's some of the X-Force. You got Cannonball, Boom Boom, Mr. Sinister, Nightcrawler, and Guardian. Of course. Can't jump back up. Hey, look, it's me. Let's try it again. Here's one of the new vehicles that they're going to have. Ultimate Captain America World War II with his motorcycle. Setting up all the. Hey Jason, is that your X-Force figures they copied there?
The cross cell is blacked out, so don't try anything.
Can we see the back of the ones that aren't blacked out?
No.
No.
All right.
So as I said, guys, here's the other retro ones. You got our updated Dazzler.
Excuse me, we've got some Spider-Man and Avengers coming through here.
What's in the box? What's in the box?
What's in the box?
You got Hydro Man there. Scorpion with his 13-inch tail. 13-inch what?
13-inch articulated wings.
Julia Carpenter, Spider-Woman.
He's a beast. I don't know if you want to be.
Finally got Shuri from
we can just put them on the shelf, actually.
Oh, we got a Shuri from Black
Thanks,
Panther
Bobby.
right
You got it. Do you want me to do it? Okay.
Which one do you want on?
You just put them next to.
This one?
Yeah.
So is that Nightcrawler tail going to be articulated too, or?
I believe not.
Oh, Ryan, you're killing me, man.
I asked. It's too thin, though.
Is that
I
it?
think it's too thin.
Really?
Sorry, Hydro Man. You'll be able to
Mr.
get some
Saul
water
would
in there.
know.
Because
Serpent Society there. rock python. Still loving that sugar there. Not too bright. And it might be a little bright there. I'm stuck between short and Mrs. Dick. I gotta get up. Jason, you see them customs there?
Yeah.
It's all you. Alright. So here. Scan to pre-order. All these are available at Hasbro Pulse now. And there we go. There's that Captain America. It's a little tight in here, so sorry if I'm showing some of the stuff while I'm waiting to move. Deadpool. Let's take a look here. Cyclops. Dazzler. Silver Samurai and black suited Wolverine. About time we got a Silver Samurai. That Wolverine is dope. There we go. Cannonball. I'm assuming that Cannonball will have a torso that you can connect on the bottom there. Boom Boom. Guardian.
That's like nobody in the room knew who
And look at the size of Mr. Sinister. And we got Nightcrawler there. You guys have seen these. These are in store now. Captain Marvel and Black Panther. And here's the 3-pack Quicksilver. An updated Magneto. And an updated Scarlet Witch there. You got Mystique in the back. Loki. And there's Corvus. There's a new Dr. Doom. It's from one of the new storylines.
Is this new right here?
Which one?
It's a 2-pack.
Yeah, this is a 2-pack.
Brand new.
That's just got a new Emma Frost.
Let's see what this is there. Right? Mary?
No, MJ.
Yeah.
We don't know if it's actually MJ. Who's they calling it?
And some new Nerf. And also this Ant-Man helmet. Lights and sounds. Ooh, actually, hold on. This is impressive.
Shrinking mode? Curling mode.
Ah, just lights. That's available on Hasbro Pulse now. And here is our 80th anniversary figures. Hulk and Wolverine. Package art on the back. Captain America. He does have his scales on the seat there. And Iron Man. Love that Iron Man. All we need is a bottle of alcohol for him. Make that classic comic. You see there's more of the 80th anniversary stuff. We're just standing in line to get over there. Captain Marvel stuff over there.
Not just you personally. Let's do it.
Avengers Endgame Hasbro product line coming 2019. We'll see more figures announced. Any 3 3 3/4 inch figures, no 3 3/4 inch figures that I've seen. The Brotherhood set is pretty dope. I pre-ordered that myself. We're just waiting in line to get up on there. Let's see if I can zoom in for you guys.
I'm sure it looks like
There's some of the 80th anniversary stuff there. Would have loved to see Colossus when he was taken over by Juggernaut. So, Crystal. Yeah, I'm going to show the Hella in execution. You just got to wait in line to get there. So just give me a minute, guys. Are you guys able to see all this good? Somebody let me know. See me, hear me?
a big curve around in my career.
Not in Spanish or German though. I can't understand what you're saying. Just playing. Look at the size of that box there for Colossus and Juggernaut. It's so quiet. I'll try to go back and look at Caliban.
Do you want to switch?
It's a little.
Thank you.
We don't care about this guy where he's shooting his pictures with anyway. Say what up, bud.
What's up? What's up? Where you at? Live on IG?
Live on Facebook.
Facebook? What's good?
You gotta ask. I've only been saying it how many times, I don't quite remember it.
You guys have all asked about the Iron Spider, why he didn't come with his legs. There you go. Now we finally got him. We knew Hasbro would put them out. And Iron Man with his Mark 50 with all his extra accessories. So now he can compare with that Marvel Select that had all these accessories. Got Lewis here with his shrunken building. And Ghost. Ghost is going to come with the alternate head. And Executioner right there in the back. Yeah, so they redid Hella. You see her grabbing Mjolnir.
Sorry.
And here somebody was asking about Peggy Carter and Captain America. There's your Peggy Carter and Captain America figures. There's the collector. Cord back there. There you go. You're good.
I was just going to swing because I think the other line's moving the other way.
Oh, running into each other. So there's a collector and cord.
Hey Frank, how's it going? Hey, what's up? Good. How are you? Good.
There's a Juggernaut. You see Juggernaut has the battle damaged head. And Colossus has a nice little silver chrome look. Captain America, Stanley Cap, is that what you want?
All the things you
And we've seen Captain Marvel stuff that's out. Haven't seen it. I'll have some reviews up later tonight, probably, of some of the Captain Marvel stuff. Hasbro is nice and facentless.
Yeah, I mean, we're so excited for the film.
And some more Spider-Man stuff, basic line stuff.
quite a few iterations of that Marvel.
Good, how are you?
We have Bomber Jacket, we have Normal Hawk, we have Star Force, we have Binders. We have a lot of offerings early on.
Yeah. I think I asked you guys this last year about Toys R Us. This was before Toys R Us was actually finished. And I asked if you guys were going to have any issue with retail sales now that they're actually completely gone. Had to make any big adjustments as far as getting stuff out into other retail spots, and are there any plans for more retail stores aside from Target, Walmart, Walgreens?
In terms of
Future
putting future products, yeah. I mean, as you saw in our presentation, we have a host of mainline and retail exclusives. Parties such as Amazon, Target, and Walmart. But our fan channel, we have exclusive fan channel items. I think all the Hasbro brands do. So those are newish stores, not entirely new, but we continue to strive for distribution to get all of our great products into the hands of fans everywhere.
I noticed the hair sculpts on a lot of the figures have gotten a little bit more elaborate. I'm curious to know if you guys have ever seen some Marvel Legends customizers out there, social media and whatnot. If you've ever been inspired by seeing some of that and thinking, hey, we can do that too.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. I mean, the old days, the hairs were just one piece. Something you could draft and pull out of a mold really, really easily. But with customizers upping their game, with us been doing this for as long as we have, we're always looking for new ways to reinvent what you see and believe as a legend today, and to see what we can do to make sure that our stuff, is the benchmark for the industry.
Could you name drop any of the customizers you like? Or
I wouldn't want to do that because there are so many really good ones out there. I wouldn't want to single out a couple individual ones, but we have our engineering team, our model shop are also super fans, and they're always bringing some of the latest and greatest to all of our attention through emails of like, did you see this? It's amazing.
Have you ever gotten any ideas or inspiration from watching toy reviews? And has that affected any of the way you've approached making any of the figures at all?
Oh yeah, no. I mean, a lot of the there's sometimes the toy reviews are just absolutely crazy, the comments that some of the reviewers have for their stuff. But a lot of them, the ones that generally are talking about the product in front of them and what they like and what they don't like, is very helpful for us, because we don't get it right the first time every time, which is a good thing, because it gives us a chance to revisit things, to give you a much better, much more improved thing a year or 2 years down the line. Which enter 80th anniversary, enter 10th anniversary. If we weren't able to learn from our mistakes, to hear what the fans are saying out there and what they want to see us change, we're just going to kind of be in a box, and that's only going to get us so far. So hearing what you guys are doing and what you want to see on your reviews is very helpful.
Yeah, I think bottom line, we just we don't operate in a bubble. So whether it's customizers, we're texting each other, look at this awesome job, like should we do a character like this, maybe not, or just watching the feedbacks and the reviews, we take it all into consideration, and we just really appreciate just the discussion, I think, overall.
Yeah. You wrote real quick on the 80th anniversary stuff. How's that coming again? How you guys putting that out?
So the 80th program is a fall program of 10 items, which are mainline and exclusive, which you saw in the presentation. But then some other items that are comic book related specifically have the 80th anniversary logo on it. So you've noticed on Deadpool and Professor X, they have the 80th logo. The new X-Men Retro series that we just announced, which will be a separate fall wave by itself, that's technically part of 80th. Because it is very, vintage toy focused, which is one of the themes they're doing. So we're it is a full year program, but then we have that one big fall 10 item program that you saw.
Dwight, you've said before that you one of your favorite teams that you want to do was the Reavers, right? And we talked about that like 2-3 years ago. Now, finally, we're seeing the introduction of it, and I'm a big X-Men fan, so we're seeing more of the classic blue and gold teams. Well, most of the blue. What would be some other teams that you'd like to work on, like maybe Starjammers, or finish up the Reavers?
I definitely want more Reavers. I got to figure out a way to trick everybody and let me put Bone Crusher as a Build-A-Figure at some point in the future. I don't know if he'd be next in line. I think we have a few other ideas maybe before him, but I would love to see something like Bone Crusher to get out there. I mean, we need a lot of them. We need Deathstrike, we need Pierce, we need there's piles more still to do. So I would definitely like to finish up them. Starjammers are awesome. I would love to get a Corsair and Hepzibah, like 2-pack or something like that for some of those.
Especially now that Captain Marvel's big, you
Yeah.
can kind of,
Yeah, going into the cosmic stuff. I mean, I love the X-Men. I don't know how deep we would go, but I'd love to see some Shi'ar. There's a lot of great stuff that, while with the vast volumes of the X-Men we're giving you, there are still so many universes and sub-universes to explore.
Speaking of the Shi'ar, Lilandra,
Yeah.
the alternate head with
Mystique. Yeah.
Are we seeing her getting her own body, or is that supposed to go with Silver Sable?
It can go with Silver Sable. It's really that's up to your discretion.
Okay.
You and all of the fans, whatever you guys think you would like to do with it, do it. We're always trying to find a way to throw some fun little things at you guys, and there was no opportunity to do Lilandra today, but we have the ability to do a character like Mystique who can shapeshift into absolutely anybody she wants
I think
to.
that point was missed on. It's
Yeah.
our mutant power, guys. We can put any head in there. It works, right?
Yeah.
So.
I wanted to ask, how large do you think you guys will ever be able to get Build-A-Figure? Like, I just got the Kree Sentry figure, right?
Yep.
It looks amazing, but I feel like it could have been taller,
Mhm.
just larger. So I have a feeling that you'll never get to go as large as, say, something like the Days of Future Past Sentinel. I guess that wouldn't. So what's the largest you think you could ever get, or are you seeking to get much larger with your Build-A-Figures?
In the current package structure, with a master carton of 8-ish, under that format, the current format, something like Hulkbuster is about as big as we can get. The theatrical Hulkbuster from Age of Ultron. That thing, barely fit into that package. It's a very efficient, small, tight package. That being said, we're always looking at ways of doing other things, different things. 80th anniversary has some monster-sized 2-packs. So there's no reason why we couldn't look in the Days of Future Past, Wolverine and Sentinel. There's no reason why we can't find ways to do those things outside of a Build-A-Figure program as well. So there's no reason why we couldn't someday do a big Sentinel or redo Fin Fang Foom. If we kept it in our current format, it would probably have to go over multiple waves. Which is something that we'd have to discuss and see if we wanted to do. That's something we did in some of our earlier days. But there's absolutely there's nothing that's off the table or out of the realm of possibilities. It just may not be delivered to you in the future in a way that you're currently used to seeing.
Are you guys looking at maybe adopting the model of what Star Wars Black Series did with the barge and maybe doing something like that for Legends?
Yeah, we've been discussing it.
Like a Blackbird?
Blackbird would be a great idea.
Yeah, I think HasLab is going to be an important part of the Pulse moving forward, so all brands are looking at that.
Yeah.
Is Endgame the most secretive project you ever worked on?
I think Endgame is the most secretive Marvel project I've ever worked on, yes.
I'm sure.
Yes, I'm excited because I know so little about it. I'm going to be able to sit down, like all of you guys in that chair when that movie launches and just be like, what in the heck is going to happen? So for me, I'm getting excited just thinking about that alone because it's like, I don't know.
I don't want any spoilers. No
Yeah.
spoilers.
Yeah, no, me too. So it's like, that's a weird part of normally we're getting scripts, we're reading scripts, we're having a lot of conversations with the studio, and the studio has been very open with us, to the level of what they want to share. We've had a couple of calls with some of the art directors and producers, and we've met with them, and we've seen some amazing stuff. But as far as how it all goes together, nope, nothing.
For the 80th anniversary stuff, how long have you been working on that line?
About a year.
Yeah, it's been our normal cycle.
Okay.
We
So you had the normal lead time on it. These weren't figures that we're planning on coming out with, and then we can package them as 80th. It was. These are extra figures wouldn't be getting otherwise.
Yes, this was a program that we set out to create. After looking at the early success for the perception of what the 10th anniversary program was going to be, we thought that we had an opportunity, especially with this amazing 80th anniversary of Marvel, to revisit this a similar program and do something different with it.
Yeah, it was about a year out, so when we revealed the 10 years, around this time last year is when we started working on that, and every single item was planned to go in that. And as you can see, it's mostly new stuff. I mean, there's like Juggernaut is probably the biggest reuse.
Yeah.
A lot of newness there.
X-Men 102 is my first X-Men comic, so I feel like you made this just for me.
Who's heading up the Spider-Man line?
Which part of the Spider-Man line?
Spider-Man in general. It was my understanding that there was somebody doing that last time. Did that person change as far as the person making decisions about what's going to get made, what's going to come out?
Yeah, we have a pretty big design team right now, and our marketing team is split onto 2 or 3 different pillars.
Oh, yeah.
So we have a Spider-Man team set up, and that has a couple of designers on it as well. I'm going to be overseeing a lot of the legends and some of the theatrical stuff. But we've got 5 or 6 really talented guys and gals on the team that are diving into all the different pieces of Marvel.
Is there a possibility of a exclusive action figure design for comic book shops, similar to how there's the Walgreens figures, the Walmart figures, etc.?
Oh, that's an interesting thought.
Yeah.
Like the way you did the X-Men, that one X-Men wave back then.
I think it's something we continue to look at. Channel strategy is just a big initiative for the company overall, and so yeah, we'll continue to look at things. We are building out the fan channel, which isn't comic books specifically, but it's a couple steps up. A lot of those types of retailers sell, all these great collectibles for comic related things.
Have you guys thought about releasing a Stan Lee figure?
They were happening to build a figure.
I got this, guys. Our line is that nothing is out of the realm of possibility when it comes to the wonderful world of Marvel.
But you guys never
We've heard
thought
that
of-
before.
We tried
What's
to
that?
be
A lot of
nice
things.
by saying, have you ever thought of doing a Stan Lee?
We actually, Hasbro did do a Stan Lee Comic
Oh,
Con.
the exclusive.
I've made 2 Stanley action figures.
Oh,
The Comic Con one with the Peter Parker. It was one of our earliest Comic Con exclusives, as well as a Superhero Squad Comic Con exclusive when he was the mayor of Superhero City.
Oh, okay.
I forgot about that one.
Yeah, so I've had the
I was
pleasure
kind
of
of nervous
working
about what you
with
were
him a
going to
couple
say.
times.
I was like, did I not know something?
Do you guys ever think about doing like a Vision or a Shadow Cat in their regular scale, but where they can kind of be detached, almost like a Build-A-Figure, so that way it's a little more playability with somebody could make it like they're phasing through a wall or something like that.
I have not. That's really cool. Yep.
With Black Panther, with Wave 2, there was a long time between that wave and the first wave. Was there a reason that it was spaced so far apart? Did you think that the first wave might not do as well as it did and kind of wasn't planning to release a second one, or?
It wasn't that we didn't think that the first wave was going to be that good. It's just that normally on a first movie, we plan a wave. That's what we have, for many of the ones. Guardians of the Galaxy, had a wave.
We mix in a lot
Doctor
of
Strange had a wave.
comic characters.
We have a lot of the comic ones. Once we saw the movie and we saw the depth of the characters, there was just so much amazing stuff in it. And Oscar caliber film.
There were so
which
many
is
more
awesome.
characters to do. Because we had Killmonger, but then you see the film and you're like, man, I need the military suit Killmonger, right? So it's like, oh, yeah, pick one. So we picked the.
Once we saw it, we're just like, there's so much more here that's yet to be tapped, And you guys have been yelling at me ever since then. Where's Shuri? Where's Shuri? Where's Shuri? So there you go. We got her too.
I know you're gonna cut me off. Somebody keeps asking, like, I have 1,000 comments. They want Heimdall.
Heimdall?
They want to know if you've thought about making a Heimdall character.
I would love to
I literally have like 1,000 comments right here.
I would love to get a Heimdall into the line at some point in time.
One more question.
I think each year you guys have been getting better with Marvel Legends, so I don't like to focus on negative too much right now saying this, but has anything that's been produced recently that you've kind of thought, you know what, this could have been done better? Is there any particular piece that you could think of where it's
Absolutely
like,
every piece.
Every single piece?
Every single piece could be done better.
So you guys are basically, you consider yourselves artists. Like, I think of action figures as art. It's kind of like you have the mentality of an artist where it's like you're making it and then you're thinking it could have been better.
Of course,
immediately after.
I think that's how I look at it. Anyway. I mean, and that's not to say that I'm and the team is not incredibly proud and pleased with what we have on display here.
Right.
I love a lot of what we've done this year. But there are even some of the best ones that I think we've done this year. Once you get them in your hand and you're actually you're playing with them and all the joints are set and designed and engineered, you're just like, it doesn't move quite as far as I would have liked it to move, or bend, quite as far as I'd like it to bend.
There's nothing specific you could mention though? Nothing like that recently came out?
Anything that
Just to kind of piggyback on that, I'm gonna continue your question, but I want to ask you one other thing too.
Sorry,
Are you
guys,
guys, the last one, are you guys actively looking at Toy Biz stuff when you're trying to redo Toy Biz, things that have come out with Toy Biz? Are you like absolutely trying to crush what they have done originally and make it better? Are you aware that people are looking to you guys to do that every single time?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. Like, we do vintage-inspired lines, which is like, homage to it, and then we're also well aware of, what we feel could use an update. But those figures, I mean, it's not like when we do one, it's not because we think the Toy Biz version, wasn't great. It was just it's a different time. It's in collectors. They're expensive to get. They're tough to get. So
I want to catapult off it. Just because Toy Biz did a great action figure 10, 15 years ago, there's been so many new collectors that have come into this over that amount of time that don't have it or don't want to pay those outlandish prices. So it gives us the opportunity to revisit some of those big hits and do them again.
Okay, just piggyback on what he was saying. I think sometimes the collectors feel a little gypped, I guess, if you guys, for instance, the thing with Nightcrawler with the tail. Toy Biz did that 10, 15 years ago. I'm sure plenty of people, once we go back and we start reporting to our people, are going to say, you guys could have put a bendy wire on that tail, and that would have been the last little thing to surely crush the Toy Biz version and make your version superior. So just little things like that.
Well,
I don't know, I guess it's not really a question.
Well, the Toy Biz version
Well, the
didn't have
internet
alternate
exists.
heads and hands. So,
It's true.
Very true.
It's true.
But it's always teetering though. It's like, I'm just putting that out there.
We can't give you everything, right?
Alright guys, we have to move on to Star Wars. Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys. Thank all of you.
I don't know. No, I don't know. Maybe you have a
We're
specific thing
gonna
in mind.
cut this and then make it live with Star Wars. Thanks for watching,
that
guys.
recently came out